So, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. So, we are into business analysis track. This is another day, and this is kind of for a new joinee. Every day is a new day. And why it becomes a new day? Because at any point of time, anyone joins in, it is easy for them to adapt and digest whatever is being taught. From there, they can start. And people who are here already learning, so they are graduating towards the one goal, that is to get placed. So on this quick start, what we are going to do is that one by one, even if you are joined earlier, why don't you take a time and talk about who are you, what do you do, from where you are in, and the core intent behind this behind joining this call. So yes, who will go first? So Radha, why don't you start from yourself, because
Yeah,
I can
sure.
see you on the screen. Yes, go ahead, Radha.
Introduction, right? Myself?
Yeah, who are you? What do you do? From where you are connecting, and the intent behind joining this call.
Yeah, myself, Radha. Um, I finished my bachelor's in science, and after that, I finished my teacher training in India.
Mhm.
I resides in New Jersey. Today, I am here build career as a BA analyst and improve my knowledge and strength in Agile and Scrum Master.
Thank you so much, Radha. Welcome abroad. And Benson, now please introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? From where you are connecting, and the core intent behind this call. Yes, Benson, over to you.
Hi, everybody. Just here from New Jersey. My name is Benson De Silva. I basically joined this courses because I want to learn and grasp some IT background and learn about it. Is because I'm in the hospitality industry, and I actually studied more about it in hotel management and did my masters and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm here is because of COVID, and I want to go into something else so that I have some more learning in my pocket, so I can basically get a job somewhere else if something else happens to what I'm doing right now. So yeah,
Yeah,
this is
thank
what
you
it
so
is.
much, Benson. That's awesome to know. Suchina, who are you? What do you do? From where you are connecting, and intent behind this call.
Oh, hi. Myself is Suchana. I have finished my bachelor's degree of science, and then I did bachelor's of law. Then I did master degree in law. Then I have diploma in IT, and then I moved to Canada, and then I moved to US, where I got chance to like right now I'm a teacher,
Awesome.
so and I'm here to change my career as a business analyst or a scrum master. I have to decide which one I have to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, Suchana. So yeah, Neonika, over to you. Um, who are you? What do you do? From where you are connecting, and the intent behind this call. Neonika.
Oh, actually, this is Sneha here. Nonika is my daughter's name.
Okay, so
Hi.
let me rename so
Yeah,
that I.
the laptop is on. She has made the login. So
Okay, no problem. So I change your name. Yeah.
Sneha.
Okay. Yeah, that's typo from my end. So yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sneha here, and I did my graduation and then did law and then some of the law specialization like postgraduate diploma in intellectual property rights and diploma in labor and administrative law. So I worked as a lawyer in the past, and then I moved to US, took a career break. Now I try to enroll myself in LLM in OSU, but the transcript thing happened.
Mhm.
So I won't. So they asked me to wait for a year. So by the meanwhile, I'm not going for it now. I'm looking for this BA analyst.
Mhm. And the core intent behind this call, behind this track, Sneha.
Because I think this is easy career change.
Easy career change. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Sneha, and welcome abroad. Archita, quick intro. Who are you? What do you do? from where you are connecting, and intention behind this call.
My name is Archita, and I have done my graduation in computer science and engineering. And I was in Bangalore and there working as a HR. And I moved to USA, and after a long time, and I'm just doing part-time job here as a cashier. And now here my intent is like future business analyst.
Awesome. Welcome,
and
Archita.
Scrum
Welcome
Master.
once again
Thank you.
on this call. Thank you. Nadim, quick intro, please. What do you do? Who are you? From where you are connecting? And
Yes,
core intent behind this call. Yeah.
Good evening. Nadeem here. I'm actually from Pakistan, and I've been in sales for almost 20 plus years. I specialize in handmade carpets. So back in Pakistan, I was more on the production side, producing the rugs and sending them here. And then eventually I got picked up by one of the persons here, and he offered me a job, brought me here in United States in 2004. I worked for him, and I quit that job in 2013, and I did some small businesses and some other odd things. And one of my friends, if the credit goes to her for me being in this class, she just kept on telling me that I should do it, I should do it. And being, now I realize being in this course for so long that I have done some of these works that we do in business as a business analyst, but not being as a business analyst in a different environment, handling supply chain, shipping, and warehouse management, and all that. Why I am in here, I believe this is the more relevant for today. For changing career, it gives you a lot more opportunity and diversity, and that's why I believe that should be my intent to get in there and find some good job and
all right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nadeem. Thank you so much for sharing, and welcome once again on this call. Nirupma, over to you. A quick intro. We are sharing that who are you, from where you are connecting, and the core intent behind this call.
Thank you, Gaurav. Hello, everybody. This is Nirupama Chandrasekharan. I'm from New Jersey. I moved to Jersey from Bangalore in 2013. I have done my doctorate in homeopathy, and I'm also have my master's in Indian classical dance form. I run successfully a dance school. I do, my daytime is pretty much free. My classes are only in the evening, so I'm looking to be more productive and hence joining the call and hoping to be a BA soon. Thank you.
Of course, you will be. Thank you so much, Nirupma, for sharing. Prerna, please introduce yourself also, because we are kick-starting now. So yes, then I'll move.
Absolutely. First of all, a warm welcome to all the new joinees. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the family. We are already going on in our sessions, and you're most welcome to join in. And just one request, be active, please participate, and you will know that we all keep discussing and talking during the sessions. So that was one request from my side. So talking about me, I'm Prerna. I have around more than 14 years of experience in IT. I have completed my master's in computer applications from Mumbai University. I'm currently working with one of the leading bank in India. I have been into IT starting from development, as a project manager. Currently, I'm working as a PMO, that stands for Project Management Office. So I cater to a lot of projects and I report to quite senior people in my organization. So giving me exposure into IT. I have a lot of interest and I love to train, and BA Scrum is one of the superb track for people who want to have a quick career switch. So yes, here we are for that, to facilitate that. And that's it from my side. Thank you so much. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you so much, Prerna. So hello and good evening, everyone. This is author, speaker, coach, and aspiring doctor as well. So because I'm pursuing my PhD right now and working as an IT professional, as release manager, I have extensive total more than 17 years of experience into IT, as well as personal coaching, mindset coaching, and all. And apart from this, so you will find me that here as a trainer along with Prerna, I'll be facilitating these calls with one core intent, so that you get placed either as business analyst or a Scrum Master, depending upon your choice and your interest. So on this note, let me ask you, after this introduction is because over, so far whatever you have understood, so I can see Benson's face on the screen. So Benson, what do you understand quickly, if you can share, by business analysis? What is business analyst, and what is supposed to be done by business analyst? Benson, over to you.
Business analyst is basically the main thing is requirement gathering. That's what we learn, and we also get all the information that from the data that is basically provided, and then we analyze it, and we collaborate with the stakeholders to what they need towards like a common goal, as in a software development process, I would say.
Anything, anyone would like to add anything about whatever Benson has said?
Well, what I would like to add here, that apart from getting all the requirements, he is the one person who is responsible for analyzing the business with the intention for the future improvement in the business, and he is one who would get in touch the stakeholders with the IT team.
Sure. Thank you so much, Nadeem. I think, Archita, you wanted to also add, because I saw you unmuted. So do you want to add anything, Archita? Okay. 1, Archita, 2, Archita, 3. Okay. So let's move further. Yeah. Thank you so much, Benson and Nadeem, for adding. Yes, absolutely right. So anything.
Hi, Gaurav. I just wanted to add here and
yes,
start
please go
on
ahead.
a positive note and share fantastic news. I think many of you know that one of our earlier batch participant or student, Neela, has already been placed in a wonderful organization, and she will be very soon sharing her experience. So I just wanted all of us to give a round of applause to this achievement, that if she can, we all definitely can. So yes, I think we all should appreciate her efforts, and I guess many of you know Anila on the course. So yes, that's a quick good news from our side. She's been already placed as a BA, business analyst in one of the prestigious organization in US. So yes, that was a thing I just wanted to share with all of you. Yep.
So she is coming up. She is going to declare this publicly by her own soon, and just we were waiting for her to declare.
Oh, is
this.
it? Okay, okay, fine. I thought she's already done. Yeah, I just couldn't, contain that. It was such a great news, and everybody should be a part of it.
So she'll take another a week or two to come back and share this to us.
Okay,
so,
absolutely.
And because she is getting placed, another interview by Prerna and me will happen to her about her journey,
sharing her experience. How was the overall experience of interview and process?
Exactly. So so thank you so much, Prerna, for sharing this amazing news with all of us. And yes, so we were talking about business analysis. So what we have seen so far, who is business analyst, what he does, and why anyone require business analyst, and what had been this history of business analysis. So for everything, there is a board of knowledge. So for business analysts, we have BA-BOK, that is business analyst body of knowledge to maintain all the processes and all. Last time what we were looking at, defining the processes. So the good part is that we figured out one tool. You can take a note of it. Its name was Lucid Chart, LUCID, Lucid Chart .com. So lucidchart.com. There you can define the process, in fact design the diagram to depict the processes, and we saw various models. Using that, we can design some diagrams to depict some process Okay, the process could be anything. It could be starting any workflow. Say for example, let's see an example of publishing a book. So it involves various phases. First idea comes into author's mind, and then he gets into writing. The writing gets completed, then he approaches to publisher just check the qualification, and he sees whether the author is qualified enough or not. And then author is qualified, then they get into agreement gets over. Then what exactly happens? The manuscript is submitted to publisher then edits it, proofread it, then it is given back to author then rereads it, and confirms it. And after confirmation, what exactly happened, uh, again the royalty and whatever what was the agreement was there, that is reworked to finalize it. And then printing happens. Then before that, some publisher get into pre-launch phase, pre-booking phase, and pre-marketing phase, so that even before the book can be published, its demand gets generated, and more books get sold. And then a final day, some book gets published, and some marketing events are there that gets placed, and thereby means it gets into automated system over the website. So this is what I have just now shared is a business, and analyzing these all details and documenting all is become will become the part of business analysis process. And whoever does that person is business analyst. While defining these processes and declaring this process, sometime in between, what we need to do, we can define it by using some diagrams, and few of diagrams we have seen in the past. Okay, is it clear so far? Everyone on the same page?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sneha, you are with me so far, and Radha, you are also, and
Yeah.
everyone's. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yes.
much. So let's get started. And how we are going to get started? We start with a wonderful note, which we call it as code of honor. Okay, so why code of honor? All of us have joined here with only one intent, only one goal, and that goal is to get placed as a business analyst or scrum master, whatever we choose to. Okay, but that goal is so bigger that it takes around 2 months of time, 6 to 8 weeks of time, where we complete the first pillar of guru schools, that is instructor led free training, and thereby we continue to follow the various other pillars until we get placed. And one parallel pillar we need to follow is what? It's attending every Tuesday and Thursday RRRP session, that is a reference ready resume preparation, where your LinkedIn profile is also gets optimized, your resume makeover happens, so that you get ready for vendor interview preparation and client interview preparation before you could get placed. But all these goals requires a constant and robust protection, because there are chances in long run your intent or your objective of joining to such session or joining to guru schools may fade away. And that is the reason we must come together to abide by, to follow some code of honor. And that's the reason the very first code of honor is showing up live. Even if you can attend few sessions with the recording, but there is a key behind showing up live. Sometime exception is okay, sometime working from home is okay. Why showing up live? Because you practice three things over here, that is of being on time, being punctual, and you remain highly committed. And when you practice this all over here, because this training itself becomes a kind of a project, you are in project, showing up live, following to be on time, time, and we run these projects just sometime as a part of meeting as well. And we find that the more we practice, the more we are aligned to practice the same once we get placed. And why we need to find alignment in that? Because it is universal law said that how you do anything is how you do everything, and that's what we practice over here with code of honor number 1. Number 2, while because you have started on this path from starting from learning, so when you are learning, you become obviously a student. And when you are becoming a student, it is requested to everyone follow to be a full stack student. Who is a full stack student? Who does all the assignments given to them and do a self research on few topics like few of you are already doing. And this is very important, that repeat what you have learned. So for that, what you how you can do this? So you get the recording, and the moment you get the recording, you can choose to repeat the recording, or you replay the recording, so that you follow that how you can retain the stronger memory of whatever you have learned. The third one is that when you are doing all the assignment, you need to take the full responsibility either of being successful or hitting the failure. Why? Because if you do that, automatically you will find the success over there. And in case you fail to do that, of course you know what you are going to get. So when you even see that there is a point of failure is there, then you need to admit that, accept that, rework on that, and go back doing all the assignment whatever have been asked to you, so that you can lead back towards the success. And if you could do so by accepting and admitting the reason behind not hitting the success, the failure itself becomes the trail to the success. And that's the reason we need to take the complete responsibility of both the element. And when we take, we are left nothing but with success. The fourth one is having the mindset on this path of learning. We need from you commitment to be a complete learner and approach the learning with the positive mindset. And while you are approaching towards the learning, make yourself completely complaint free, so that you can load yourself with lot of gratitude. And that is the point of time where your mind opens up to receive more of the learning. Okay, so that's the fourth code of honor. And the fifth one is very interesting, that when you are getting into this mindset, to get into this mindset, you need to increase the receptivity about it. And how do you do that? So it's a very simple. The number one is that start your day with the strangest secret. What is strangest secret? That's the one audio which I give every single student, and request all of you to start listening to this for next 30 days, and you start seeing, experiencing the changes in your mindset from very day one. And it has to be followed for 30 days. It's a 30 to 40 minutes long audio, and I recommend everyone to listen it at least thrice. But I know that with the time you cannot, so at least listen to it once in a day, and then you will start seeing the paramount of change. And you will simply thank to this audio, and the way your life will start shaping up even towards your intent to get place. And that's the very, very, very strong recommended audio is this. You can ask me for its link, I'll share that with you later. And the second one is that on this path, I want you to follow the golden quadrant of learning. So what is golden quadrant of learning? It's a method to retain whatever you have learned for 100%, and you do it by following four steps. First, you declare, then you get into learn, and then you draw, and then you summarize. So how do you declare? We are going to see right away right now. And after that, we get into learn. And once we learn that you are requested whatever you have learned, you create a drawing based on the learning you remember. And once you have done drawing, what you are expected to do, you are expected to summarize that entire learning within a minute or two with small video. So how does it happen? The more you will come and summarize whatever you have learned. So summarize to someone as if the even 5-year-old can understand that. If you summarize anything with that intent, you find that you become master on that. And the summary can be like you standing in front of mirror and summarizing to yourself, or the best method is when you record for a minute or two. That recording in form of video sometime is watched by some resume marketer or some hiring manager of different industry, and there you start becoming marketable. So that combines everything together and makes you a great learner and great professional. So are you ready to declare along with me? Because the declaration create a stronger dendrite connection of learning. Okay, so at the count of 3, what you are going to do, you are going to set an anchor. Anchor is nothing but a hi-fi or self clap. Okay, so at the count of 3, we are going to clap and repeat the words written in front of you, which is highlighted over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and go. I am a quick learner.
Quick learner.
What others can learn
others
and
can
master,
learn to
I too can
Learn
do
and
that.
can do
master.
that, because
I
I'm an
too
awesome
can do
learner.
that.
Today's
that
learning is going to be super good.
And
because
again,
I'm a
once again, with the count of 3, you are going to repeat this highlighted statement on your screen. 1, 2, 3, and go. Because
Because
I'm
I'm
an
an
awesome
awesome
learner,
learner. Today's
today's
learning
learning is
is
going to
super
be
going to
super
be
Today's
duper
learning
super
is
easy.
easy
going to
to
be super duper easy
Yes,
to do.
yes, definitely it is going to be, because you just now declared and anchored it, and it is going to be. And while you are on 5th code of honor, remember to be a giver. Giving attitude with the keeping ego aside makes you a great learner, and also makes you more spiritually grounded, so that you are ready to receive more. And to receive more, I also request every individual who learn with me to develop and inculcate the habit of doing charity. Why to do charity? Because the core intent with the learning, we also start earning. So when you give away, that keeps you growing. So when you give, you grow. When you receive, you survive. So you can choose any cause or any thing where you think that you can at least 5 to 10% can give away from your earning, so that you can earn more. So when you give, you grow, but when you receive, you just survive. But still, I request, don't start giving away with the intent to grow, but also with the intent to inspire others. Okay, and keep appreciating what you do and what others do for you, and even something doesn't happen to you, because every single step is preparing for you to another big giant step. And what the another core universal law is embedded with this is that what you appreciate appreciates you back. So on this note, we are getting into learning, and we have just now declared, and what we have seen and what we were discussing just now about the designs. And in business analysis world, all the designs and diagrams have one foundation. Okay, and that foundational uh, diagram is nothing but, what is that? Who remember? What is the foundational diagram?
Flow chart.
Flow chart. Excellent, thank you so much for sharing that. You will find that flow chart is the base behind all the business analysis model. So all the diagrams, the intent behind that diagram is the defining the processes or depicting the process using those diagram. And in activity diagram, product roadmap, or SWOT analysis, fishbone diagram, process flow diagram. So here, so far, you will find that flow chart is the base of activity diagram as well as of process flow diagram. Okay, fishbone diagram is totally different. SWOT analysis is nothing but identifying the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat of any process or any business. And then product roadmap is nothing but the defining a timeline of some products. And mind map, just now I have shown you, was the mind map, the code of honor where we were discussing. Okay, so let's get into details of it. So by the way, this is a very vital question. Let me ask you, how many of you are already listening to Stranger Secret? Because this is a very vital thing, and everyone who are getting jobs, they are following whatever they have been taught. So let me ask you, how many of you are listening Stranger Secret every single day? Because I do listen every single day. So anyone here?
Well, not every single day, but yes, I listen to it
Okay,
most of the
so
time.
listening to it is a definition of defining a yardstick for your positivity. So if you are not able to hit it, so I'll request you that start re-listening it, because even the author says, the speaker says that if you are missing a day, you will have to start from day one once again. So yes, once
Okay.
again, the request is that start listening to it. If you are not listening, please continue to do so. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. So what we are going to get into details of this, we will also look more diagrams today, okay? And we will see what is visual modeling, workflow diagram, entity relationship diagram, work breakdown structure, and conversion to design. And we will also look at documents, template, and understanding behind what is FRS, what is SRS, what is BRD, what is FSD. So are we all ready for it? Give me a big yes, shout out yes,
Yes.
if you all are
Yes.
ready.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
we
you so
are.
much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So what we have seen so far is this, that because of business analysis models, all these diagrams, you don't need to write all the processes, but just define and start depicting it through the design. So designs are nothing but the diagrams. And here there are few examples which are given, and these designs are also called as visual modeling. So what is visual modeling? Is a graphical representation of any objects and system. The system could be anything. If the system is like, we follow a system here in the guru schools, like 6 pillar is a system. Code of honor has become the system for getting placed as what? Business analyst or scrum master. Okay. And then with models, the graphical representation, with these model, we can focus on subsets of information and identity patterns in our requirements, idea, and business processes. So what could be the identity patterns and requirement? Requirement could be anything. And for business analysis analyst, I have said so far, the good news for you is that focusing on the change brings you more of the cash. More of the cash means the more change will be accepted by the stakeholder. Who are the stakeholders? The sponsors of the project, the client, the you yourself as a service provider, or even your vendors, your employee, everyone whose interest is there in the project are the stakeholders. Okay, so if you focus on the changes and you can bring more requirement based on identifying the changes, you need to define the process to achieve that. Okay, and those requirements and those idea, because you have identified the change, it requires to be denoted, requires to be represented, sometimes be represented through a diagram. So what could be those are also called as visual modeling, and few examples are given over here is process flow diagram, business domain model or entity relationship diagram, UI framework, prototype, or mockup. Mockup is nothing but whatever you are seeing over here. Say for example, I want to create one document, and in that document I want to mention that there should be one, the requirement of representing document is that the moment customer hits the close button, there should be a pop-up asking to save the document or not. So what you can do, you can create the same thing or mention the same information in a document. In that document, what you can do, you can create one small pictorial representation like this, that the pop-up message will come. So you have designed this from the raw, from the scratch, and the developer will try to model the exact image at the close function. Okay, when the close button will be hit, okay, he will try to model to show the same pop-up once the once the close button will be hit. But before that, it has been created in the mock-up document. Are you with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Mock-up is just modeling of the same drawing what you are expecting to see in the real time. Okay, so that's the one example I just wanted to share. So yes, this has been shared with you. Thank you so much for saying yes. So we are getting into understanding of workflow diagram. So workflow diagram is a nothing, as I said, that it's every foundation or any diagram, and its foundation is nothing but the flow chart. Whatever you are seeing over here is also a kind of a flow chart. In flowchart, we see the start and the end. Here you are not finding start and end because here we have just defined, but you can add start and end, of course, for sure. So what I'm going to do quickly, I'm going to uh, define the define what define the just give me a second. Define start at end. So this is the start, for example, and then here it becomes the end. Okay, so I'm just defining this for you. Okay, I hope you are able to see the screen, everyone. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, we can
Yes.
see this.
Yes.
Thank you so much for saying yes. So I'm trying to define a process, start and end. So always a start will have, one circle with can be a dot, and the end will be always a circle. So start and end almost looks same, but those are not same. So you can just write here start, so that completes the flow chart. Because I'm telling that everything is a part of flow chart, and even workflow diagram will be start to stop. What I have done, I have just inserted one workflow of defect life cycle. What is defect life cycle? The moment you identify any error or any discrepancy between what is expected and what is actual, okay, that requires to be reported in the project management system. Okay, so I gave you example various project management system tool like monday.com or Asana or iScrum or Jira, or these are the name of the tools. In those tools, what you will find that how any requirement can be created, and that requirement is further processed, and that requirement in a part of process further is broken down into smaller goal or a smaller activity, and every activity will have its acceptance criteria, and it will be written as in a very artistic manner, which we call it sometime user story. You will have to till now process for processing whatever you have heard so far. You might require to go through the recording. Okay, so yeah, so what I was mentioning about the any requirement further broken down into smaller pieces, and it becomes what user story. And user story is written in a very artistic manners, where you need to mention that as a user you want to achieve some activity so that its impact will be there. So this is the format. And to accept that user story, you need to write the acceptance criteria as business analyst into that project management system or defect tracking tool. Or to name a few, I just now named a couple of tools. Also, the another tool name is Jira is most widely accepted tool, and more people are working on that. So what happens when if you have. So let me do one thing. Let me quickly bring out, and let me see if I can bring out that for you. I'm going to show you the tool. Its name is Jira, for which I'm really talking about. Jira is one project management tool and is also used for, a defect tracking. So I'm just trying to open Jira, and let me see if I can open that for you and can show you that today. So what you are going to see over here, you will see a board. Okay. And to make you understand this, because this is something confidential, what I am going to do is that I'm going to pause the recording. You pay a very close attention, and so that you will understand so far that how anything is processed further. So what we have seen in the past, there are two types of board. Okay. We have talked about Scrum board. We have also talked about in the past about the Kanban board. Board is nothing but, you see that how any task or activity continues to flow from plan to be in progress to be done. Okay. So from transitioning from to do to in progress to done, it may fail multiple times, or it may pass multiple times, or it may undergo various stages. So that is well depicted in somewhere in row column method on whiteboard, and that representation is called as Kanban board. So what we are going to do is that we are going to look at Kanban board and how you can create any user story or epic. What is epic? Epic is a bigger goal. Again, everything is a requirement in a project management tool, but that project management tool is first a requirement is in the tool first identified as a bigger goal. That bigger goal is called as epic. Epic is further broken down into the smaller user story, and then every user story can be the technical user story, or can be non-technical user story. But to give you a quick preview, I'm going to share how the tool Jira looks like. So are you all ready for this, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
Yes, yes, we are.
All right. Resume the recording. What we are going to do once again, because now I know that I have loaded with you more information, is time for declaration. Okay, so are we ready once again? I know this is the mid declaration, but very
Yes.
mandatory. So okay,
Yes,
at the
ready.
count of three, what we are going to do is that we are going to repeat this sentence. Okay, at the count of three, we are after I'll after I repeat 1 2 3 and clap, you are going to clap, and then I'll say one statement and you will repeat after me. And the statement will be that what I am going to learn is going to be super duper easy for me. So at the count of three, you are going to repeat after me. 1 2 3 and go. Whatever I'm going
What
to
I'm going
learn
to learn is going to be super duper easy.
Whatever I'm going to learn, it's
is
super
going
duper
to be
easy to
super
me.
duper easy
Super
for
duper
me.
easy.
Thank you so much. And see here how it is going to be. So we have just now told that when there is a discrepancy between expectation and the actual result, we need to report it. Okay. We need to report it to whom? Whoever has been designed that, whoever has designed that. Okay. Of course, if you're going to someone to buy say for example vehicle, if you did not find it expected, you report to the immediate person to whom you have interacted. Okay. So in the similar in IT world, what happens, that who is the person who has designed and who has delivered you are going to, or who has asked you to work upon it. So you need to talk to that person. So what exactly happens? The moment you find a discrepancy, that discrepancy is reported into Jira. I start giving you an example. So it gets into a phase which is called as new. Now let me start sharing the screen with the slide share view. Okay. So were you able to see the Scrum board, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, we
I,
seen.
I was just mentioning the in Jira. So you were able to see the Jira?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No?
Yes, I can
But
see the workflow diagram.
No, no. Right now I am showing the workflow diagram, but just before that we declared,
Yeah, yeah.
and before
I
that
saw
we,
that.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
fine. Thank you so much for that confirmation. So what is going to happen, the moment you report a discrepancy, its status changes to new. Okay, that is the second step. First, you just find a defect, a tester or anyone, even business analysts sometimes find a discrepancy. However, he has created the document, actual the function is not working. So what he does, he reports it, and that reported part turns into the new status, and then development manager or project manager will analyze whether it is a defect or not. So he analyzed this in the three area. First, whether it is a valid defect. Okay, if not, then is it in the scope, have we agreed to work upon this? If not, then has it been already reported by someone? If the answer to these all is no, then it will be either marked as rejected if it is not a valid defect, or deferred if it is in the future scope, or duplicate if it has been already marked or reported by someone else. Otherwise, what will happen? The developer manager will assign that ticket or that defect to a developer for fixing it. And the moment he will assign, so it will be changed from new to assigned. Okay. So assigned is not mentioned over here. The moment developer chooses to start working on it, he will mark it in progress. Okay. And then you will see in progress status. Once he fixes it, he will mark it as a fixed or resolved, depending upon the company to company, what status they want to keep it. So either fixed or resolved, and the moment it is marked as fixed or resolved, that is given back to tester or whoever has reported that. So even if it is reported by anyone, ultimately that ticket goes to tester, because he is the person, he can certify the particular feature or discrepancy, whether that meets the expected expectation or not, or acceptance criteria or not. So if tester satisfied with the result, he can mark it close, or if he finds that still that discrepancy exists, he will mark it as reopen. And once he will mark it as reopen, this will again go back to developer. So the few steps are there. First, any report is reported, any defect is reported, that becomes new. Then it is assigned, and then it gets into in progress. Then it comes into the fixed mode after developer works on it. Then it is assigned back to tester, and tester either close it or reopens it, and it continues to follow. What you have seen, even it is a workflow diagram, but inside this workflow diagram, we have just now taught you what is called as defect life cycle. Okay, so this is whatever you have seen here, the flow from new till close or reopen to till close. It is called as a defect life cycle. Okay, you can take a note of it or take a picture of it. Okay, and that we have shown in a diagram which we followed as a workflow diagram. Are we good so far? Have we
Yes.
understood a
Yes.
defect life cycle?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so
So-
much.
Just a question. Sorry
Yes,
to
sir.
bother.
Yeah.
So this will be like a bug in Jira, right?
This will be a
This will-
bug in Jira, and this will how it will flow
Perfect. Thank you so
from
much.
one person to another person. Yeah, thanks. So, and not necessary in Jira, whatever the tool the company is using. Okay, Jira is one kind of a tool. So
Okay, that's-
whatever we are seeing, this is the another pictorial representation, which is also called as ER diagram, which is also known as business domain model. What you are seeing on the screen is an example of apparel store, and that store, there are various garments, and they have got a software system as well. So what the software system does, it stores the information of different apparel, as well as whoever is the buyer, he also stores the name of and detail of those buyers. Okay, so what it does, since there are multiple apparels, okay, and you are the store owner, and if, say for example, now what I'm going to do is quickly change into the very interesting thing. Have you seen that one person walks into a shoe store and he inquires or she inquires about particular size, particular color, or particular brand? This shoe store owner, what he does, he looks into the system and he simply indicates this product is kept on that shelf, bring it from there. That is one example. The same thing happens when you walk to the any medical store, okay, and the same thing goes with the apparel store as well. Are you able to relate with this, the example I have shared just now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what exactly happens? How does he do that? So in the system in which he looks at, so it has the various tables inside it. Okay, so for example, one table is where all the sizes are mentioned. Okay, one table will be where products are mentioned, what all products they have, and one table is where all the product categories is mentioned. And even in category table, he finds that some category has been given the identification, those category has got their parent category, and they have got its name as well. And those category are always found under the product. Okay, what product category? Of course, product category has to be a product assigned to it. So those product could be with the name. The name could be, say for example, t-shirts. Okay, male t-shirt or female t-shirt. Okay, or shirt, or say for example trouser. Again, that trouser will be categorized further as a night trouser or work trouser or whatever, for male or female, something like that. Okay, and that trouser will be given one ID, then it will have various colors segregation, and the color will have the ID. Okay, and then again it will be further what has been broken down into product is, of course, the sizes, different sizes, and based on the size it will be sorted further. And say for example someone walks in and he buys it or he demands it. So what exactly happens? The shopkeeper takes the information from the customer, his name, his address and contact number, and what order he has requested to be processed. Okay, so those things is fed in his system, but also along with that, all this information, what apparel size he has taken, what product he has bought, what color of the product he has bought, everything is pulled inside the customer details. Okay, but from where it is pulled? It is pulled from the another table where all these informations are kept, both are merged together. So whatever you have seen on the screen so far, it has been various tables have been designed. Okay, how tables are processing some data, how tables are contributing to some another table, that representation has been shown over here. For example, product is contributing to product color. Okay, as well as directly to color as well, because every product name will also have a color, and every color will have a color ID, color code and color name. Are you following so far? Yeah. So these information of color name, color code and color ID will undergo inside the color or product color table, or say for example simple color table. You can name anything as. So this is what this table is known as apparel size table. This is a product table, this is product category table, this is product color table, this is color table, and this is category table. So what exactly happened? The moment you look into apparel size, you will get the various information: size ID, size code and sort order. Okay, and then these size will be found inside the product, and product will have its name, ID and other data. Other data may have the product color, and the color will have the color ID table, and those color ID will also have association with color code, color name, and etc. So you're seeing that every table is acting as a parent or an associated parent, and that is contributing to a bigger table. A smaller table or the smallest table is contributing to a bit bigger table than it, and thereby it is creating the entire store. Are you following me, whatever I have said so far? So there is a relationship. Yes, Nadeem?
Yes, we are.
Someone was telling something. Who was he? Benson, were you there?
No, I can change.
Okay, so I believe that everyone is following whatever I have mentioned so far, including you, Nirupma, Archita, Suchana, and Radha, and Sneha, Nadeem, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. So thank you so much for confirming me. So this kind of table, when it is designed, where which contribution is in which table, so this kind of analysis, you as a business analyst also start thinking, okay, and then you try to put into the boxes, I mean to say into diagram. So this is called as entity relationship diagram. Okay, so I was just giving you example before that, before starting into entity relationship diagram, about the mock-up. You remember that, where I try to close the PowerPoint
Yes.
presentation and it gives a pop-up. So such models are called as sometime mock-up or UI framework. UI means user interface. User interface means look and feel what you are looking over here on your screen. So those mock-ups or UI framework are also called as prototype. So there are different type of prototype. One is at low fidelity, another is called as medium fidelity, and third one is called as high fidelity. So what is the main purpose behind it? So low fidelity is general layout. It's a generic information where you don't find exact same, user interface representation. But say for example, if a person is defining any feature, okay, see here he has not no logo has been put, no actual UI representation has been given, but there is a placeholder, okay, that it can be put over here, the logo will come over here. So this is low fidelity prototype, okay, where not the exact information is given. So in medium fidelity prototype, what will happen? UI element on the screen will be there and may not represent the actual look. So again, this is also come under medium fidelity. Some more few information has been given. That is the reason. In case I want to put here features, example, pricing, sign up, login, and I'll just put it over here, menu, it will make that low fidelity. But because I have designed the placeholder as well, excuse me, it becomes the medium fidelity. And the high fidelity, often called as rendering, will represent the exactly how the UI should look and feel once implemented. And the screenshot which I had captured and showing you the pop-up when PowerPoint presentation was marked as closed, before that it was giving you the pop-up asking you to yes, no, or cancel. So when you find that label of UI representation in a document, that will be called as a high fidelity UI prototype mockup. Okay, so business analyst is responsible for either low fidelity, medium fidelity prototype or high fidelity prototype. So I'll be getting into next diagram, but that diagram will be explained by Prerna now. So I'll be pausing over here, but before I pause, do you have any question, guys? We are good so far?
Yes.
Yes,
Give me
no,
all yes.
no questions.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, Prerna, could you please take this WBS, your favorite?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
sure.
let me
So thank you,
bring it.
Gaurav, for the superb explanation. And yes, here we are on this WBS chart. So just for understanding purpose, WBS stands for work breakdown structure. It is basically, it means that whatever deliverables or line items that you're working on, activities in your organization, that is depicted with this. So Here we have this easy to understand chart wherein you'll know that how WBS is structured, or how it is created, or basically how we arrive at it. So as you can see, for example, if you are in in this segment of your organization, say retail website, so you are in a team which is working on development of a website, and that's the main task. Okay, now that's one of the main activity or task. And we have a team that has developers, that has testers, that has BAs, that has project manager, that has technical architects. Now all these people are form a development team, or form a IT team for development. Okay, so here as you can see, there are so many other small activities broken down. I'll just request Radha to read out the first line, what all we have mentioned there. Radha, can you please read out what is mentioned in 1.0 box?
Yeah, project management,
Then next to that,
requirement gathering,
right? Then
design and analysis,
right, and
site software development,
perfect. And the last one,
testing and production.
yes. Thank you so much, Radha. So as you can see, this simple task of retail website development, or to develop that retail website, we have all these subtasks. Okay, and these tasks has given numbers as 1.0, 2.0, just bifurcating, like how we have a main task and now we have a subtask or sub activities. Okay, so again, drilling it down further, so this is not the final task. It's like we have to still what we are, there is many lot of scope on in the task to work on. So we are going ahead with site software development detailing. Okay, so we have further more task in that side. So I'll just request Sneha to read out the next lines, next I would say boxes mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
HTML design
4.1.
and creation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Backend software.
Mm-hmm.
Next is graphics and interface.
Interface. Perfect. And
I think it's content creation.
content creation. Yeah, content creation. Yes. So here, as you can see, what is mentioned, to create no, or to work on software development, we have to do all these things. So HTML design. HTML design means whatever we look, whenever we look at any web page, how it looks, what color it has, what all images it has, what is mentioned. So just imagine any newspaper, when you read online, how does it look? It has a name at the top, a date, and it has headlines and pictures and articles and advertisement. So all that placement, all that look and feel, that is taken care by design team, right? So imagine if we have somebody from design team who's working on the layout and look and feel, so their WBS would be 4.1, right? Right, if we are a BA, if there is a project manager per se who is managing the project, for him, from this WBS, his WBS would be 1.0, because we have not drilled down project management. So it's basically a team who is working on these tasks, what is the allocated WBS for them, that we understand from this chart. So going further, we are again bifurcating backend software. Backend software means all the database, all the data which is being stored in an application. Yeah, Gaurav, you shifted. Yeah. So in that last line, I'll request Suchana to read out the last row. Yeah, Suchana.
Database implementation,
Right,
middleware development,
right.
security subsystems,
Security, yes.
catalog catalog engine,
Right.
transaction processing.
Perfect. So, guys, you must have understood what is done here. Basically, we had this one, I would say, blanket task, or one bigger task of developing a retail website. Okay, it's like we have to develop a website, but in that we have many further subtasks. Okay, the subtasks are broadly divided into project management. See, requirement gathering means here the BA role would come in. So if you guys are working in BA, working as a BA, then your WBS for that particular project would be 2.0, right? Again, we can break it down no, not 2.0, yeah, 2.0. So again, we can break it down stating on preparing flow chart, preparing diagram, preparing FSD, talking to the customer, dealing with stakeholders. So the bottom line of showing this diagram and explaining you this is that all the activities that you work on, they have a particular WBS. And I'll just tell you the actual or industry-wise significance of this is when we work with a client or in a company, we all are given as charge code, or it is also called as WBS. Okay, so we as a like tomorrow, if you join there as a BA and you're working for a client, understand your client is Accenture. Okay, you're working in any development team and your client is Accenture. So to work for Accenture, our company will be charging. Like for example, from Guru Schools, you're working for Accenture. Okay. So to charge Accenture, we can have this WBS of 2.0 as a requirement gathering. Assuming some of you are are working as a project manager, so your WBS, like in your charge code for Accenture, is 1.0. So then Accenture would pay accordingly. Okay, now this person is a project manager, his charge code is 1.0. Okay, these are the hourly charges or hourly whatever things we have to pay for him or her. So for BA, it is a requirement gathering, so 2.0. So this is for the understanding and bifurcation of that client. How our organization work. That is why we have this WBS. It's quite an easy concept to understand. In many of my earlier organizations, we have worked on WBS, and generally you don't prepare it, it is given to you, but you just have to know how we arrive at it. Okay, as a BA, as a agile team member, as a Scrum Master, you should know how your work breakdown structure is maintained or created, and how it is allotted to you. So this is how, so you have to just drill down or go into detail of activity that you're working on, and on the basis who is doing what activity. Somebody then is into design, their WBS would be different. Somebody is into testing, their WBS will be different. Somebody is into a BA role, their WBS will be different. So it's just like as per your role, as per your contribution to the work, to the development, your WBS will be allotted. Yes, so I think it's quite an easy concept to understand, but if anybody has any doubts, you're most welcome to ask. Yes, any doubts on this WBS work breakdown structure front? Nadeem, Sneha, Suchana, Benson?
No.
No,
No.
it's an easy concept, to be very honest. Gaurav, would you like to add something here? I think you're on mute, Gaurav.
Yeah. So yes, I just wanted to say this is nothing, but it looks like an organization chart as well. So quite simple, easy. Thank you so much, Prerna, for simplifying this. So can we move to the next slide now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the another thing is that conversion to design. Okay, so this part, let me reshare my screen so that it will be easy to move further. Okay. All right. So just now, although we have seen this, okay, work breakdown structure, and now we have to see conversion to design. So one is that every communication needs to be designed, whatever we are communicating. Sometime in this batch, I have not given this example. So this is one of the example of visual thinking. Say, for example, if we are talking about something, I think that one question was asked by someone. It was that about V model. So V model, you need to understand, always there is a flow. Okay, there is a flow. Okay, and you know the flow. the flow what I'm talking is about software development life cycle. Okay, and what flow we have seen earlier, the flow we had seen was for one thing which we called is a water flow model. Okay, water flow model. And
Workflow.
yeah, so water flow model in the software development life cycle always starts with what? Requirement gathering. Yeah, requirement gathering, then it is documented further, right? And once a requirement is gathered and documented, then it gets into the analysis mode as well. So requirement analysis may come together, and documentation sometime also continue to be together. Okay, so it sometime varies, but you can understand requirement gathering, analysis, and documentation, and then it gets into design phase. Okay, so developers start designing it. Once it gets into design phase, then people also start doing testing up on it. Okay, so once even the testing is completed, then it gets deployed. Okay, so once it gets deployed, okay, what exactly happens then? It's support and maintenance is provided. Okay, support and maintenance. While these all happens, what you need to understand that concurrently and parallelly testing continues to happen. Okay, testing continues to happen. So what kind of testing continues to happen? So the testing continues to happen is like this. Say for example, for every phase there will be a testing phase. Okay, there will be a testing phase. So once it is deployed and support is provided, it is provided in UAT phase. Okay, which we call it as user acceptance testing. You remember, this is a environment that is given into the live environment. Say for example, amazon.com is a live environment, but before coming to over here, it is always remained in the pre-prod environment. Okay, it is remained in the pre-prod environment. We can call it as a you know mirror environment as well. Okay, so UAT is also called as prod environment sometime. Okay, prod means production. Are you following?
Yes.
So once a final product, when it is going live, if any website is live, say for example, Qantas.com. Qantas is an airlines, or Air India is another line, airline. There are various lines, say for example, Lufthansa, or various other airlines, Emirates. These are the airlines, but this website is live. But before the user, anyone in this world user can access those sites, what exactly happens, that has to be tested before it to deployed for the common user. And before it is released for the common user, business users test it. So for example, understand, before coming into the products, into the UAT phase at the client end, it is the business user who tests it. But before business user, in the pre-prod environment, it is brought in the pre-prod environment, even before UAT environment, where clients testers or clients user will test it. Okay, but before coming to clients user and clients tester, it is basically client business analyst and clients testers, and even the vendors testers, they also test it, and that remain in the system integration testing environment, which we call it as a SIT environment. But before coming to this environment, internally vendors continue to test. Vendors means you as a service provider continue to test it in as a system testing. But before even the system testing is given, before system testing happens, its component gets tested. Okay, and before even the component gets tested, what exactly happened? Even developers test it in their environment, and that is called as unit testing. Okay, unit testing. So kindly excuse me the handwriting. It's not handwriting, it's a mouse writing. So what you follow here is nothing but it is creating what is V, it is creating a V model. Okay. And whatever I was speaking, I was designing. Okay. So everyone with me so far? So we have just now talked about water flow model and what all the parallel stages undergo. Along with that, what level of testing, okay, in what phases it happens, what structure you see, it is in the shape of V, and that's the reason it is called as V model. Are you following with me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what the moment I was speaking, I was also creating. So what I was asking you to visualize, what I was thinking, I was visualizing, and here I was creating. Okay. So this process is also called as what? Is called as visual thinking. Okay. So whatever you are thinking, you are designing. So it is also called as visual thinking. Are you following everyone? This method, whatever I have done so far?
Yes.
But everything what the creation we have talked about, that undergo, there is a purpose behind it, that it has to be presented inside some document. Okay. So the very first document, the moment customer asks you as a company, hey, can you do this work for me? Company says, the service providers say, yes, I can do that. But tell me what exactly you want to achieve. And the moment the client says that what he wants to achieve, it is documented in a document which is called as project vision document, where vision is shared by that company. But not necessarily this document is always mandatory. Sometimes it also comes in the form of statement of work. Okay. So what happens to design such documents? You only design this document and get it approved by customer. What exactly happens to create this document? Product owner may ask for your help. So it is not created by you, but product owner may ask you, hey, could you please help me, business analyst? So when you say yes, this document is understood, then that vision document is further broken down into requirement management plan document, where you define all the requirements, okay, in the high level. But that requirement is also further broken down into user story. User story may have different use cases. Use cases can be the scenario. In what document these all things come together, may come together, it's called called as business requirement document. Okay. So these requirements are also when you have created all the requirement into the document, and every requirement will have its identifier, it will have the identification number, and against that tester generate what? Test cases. Okay. So when they create the test cases against a requirement ID, they maintain that document. It is not created by business analyst. They maintain that requirement in one document, which is called as requirement traceability matrix document. Okay. So you should be aware, so that sometime it comes to you for review, so that you can approve whether it has been designed well or not. Or if any gaps are there in the requirement, you may fill that gap. You may ask the question to client itself, and you can get the answer of it, and you can just fill that gap. And then what is functional requirement specification document and or functional specification document? All the things which is related to functions are documented inside. System requirement document or system specification requirement, also known as SRF or SRS or SRD, is a kind of a technical document, is created by technical team, sometime architect or sometime dev lead or technical lead, they created. Test case is a document which is created by tester. Are you good with understanding about all this document which has been listed over here, that what this document, who creates what?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we will get into more details of it. Okay. To understand, let's understand the project vision document. And I will also ask you to do some homework. So after completing this, what I am requesting you all to do is this: go and Google the template of project vision document. Okay, so any empty template you will find there, you will find it may also vary because every company have their own structure. Okay, so it sometimes varies company to company as well, but few common things will be there. You will find introduction of the vision document will be there, then description of users in the system will be there, and then product overview, product features, and limitations, or any quality gate document based on that the document is accepted will also be mentioned over there. All right, so again, this is the requirement management plan document, and this is the use case document. For you, what I want you to do is that understand uh, BRD document, or use case document. Download a template, go to Google, download use case template, or say BRD template. In BRD template, what you will find, requirement ID will be there, requirements will be there, scope will be there, resources will be there, who has approved it, who was the first creator of this document, the date, name, everything will be there. I want you all to work in a group and come up with one requirement document which will talk about, say for example, Guru Schools has an admission process, okay, or placement process. Okay, the complete placement process under Guru School's website, you have to define every single thing. Start brainstorming, come together, form a group, and two-person can be the Scrum Master who will facilitate that it binds to happen. They make sure that it is going to happen. That I give responsibility for two-person to take it. Everyone can play as a role of business analyst, where one person will start writing one section of it, another person will write another section of it, and other person can review it. So do you think it is doable, everyone? Benson, Archita, Suchana, Nirupma,
Yes.
everyone. So the question is with everyone. Let me know how many of you think that it is possible by you. Okay.
Well, we can always try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you all can come together as a team, and two-person can
So
be.
we have to prepare a project vision document.
No, I don't want
No.
you to create a project vision document. The main vision we have is to create a BRD. It's a business requirement document.
So first we need to download BRD template.
You download BRD template, and let me tell you that BRD template, whatever you will down, that's not the final one, because that will be the template, and every organization may have their own template, and that's the reason whatever you will download, don't expect the same thing you will be given once you will start working as a business analyst in any company. Okay, so that will just be a indicator template. Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to add here, Suchana, right? Suchana, basically
Yes.
what happens on Google, and even we will provide you some templates. Those are like generic templates. With every organization, they have some twists and turns, like some fields to be added, some data to be given in some different format. Some may follow, then in particular a Word document, and so it's basic, it's same, all the contents, name, or the detailing thing would be similar, but then each organization has their own particular format, so that depends on company to company, but you will definitely get a basic idea of how it looks and what all contents are there. Yeah.
And again, whatever you will download, that is not incorrect. Okay, so the basic
Okay.
idea to
Yeah,
tell you
absolutely right.
behind this information is that only just disclaimer that this is not exactly what you will get once you will start working in any organization, but it may also be the same, so you can't fix it. So yes, the first thing is that download a template. You all come together, agree with that. Okay, in this template, we will start contributing. Take a piece, start working on it. 1 month section you can work, say for example, admission process system. So admission process system may come up with the one inquiry is there, second referral will be there, and third, there are various way student will come into Guru School's data. Okay, some directly walk in and pay some amount, take admission to some course and get enrolled, and then get interviewed, and then get placed. Okay, so you have to create a complete system in the document, and you can also represent that in pictorial form. Okay, so everything, all the brainstorming go inside. I want you to come together, start thinking, and build a BRD document. So Benson, Nadeem, Suchana, Sneha, Radha, Archita, Nirupma, everyone, please, is it possible? Do you think you can come together?
Yes.
So
Yes.
let
we
me.
can try.
Oh yeah, who said you can try?
I said, Sneha said.
Sneha.
Try.
So try is not a word. So remove that try, and whatever remains that you can do. Okay. So the moment you say try, it is so it is not positive. So when whoever has said, you are going to do that. Okay. Sneha, you can be the part, and definitely from your end, whatever you can contribute, you can also contribute. Everyone will work in team, and I want to allot some Scrum Master who will take the responsibility that it is going to happen. So I need 2 volunteers.
I'll take a
Benson,
Scrum Master.
yes, your name was there in my mind. So who else? Suchana?
Yes.
Archita? Okay, Suchana and Benson. Scrum Master, you both have to make sure that it is going to happen. You have to facilitate, everyone come together, start tuning in and start working in this direction, and make sure that it is going to happen. You have to visualize the end result that you have come back and said, or you have just shared in on the group. This is what we have created. Okay, and
Sure.
everyone has really this is self-organizing team, this is cross-functional team. Everyone has a different style and different qualities, and everyone will contribute. So we are experiencing this, and everyone will support each other. Okay, so this is everyone's project, and everyone contribute equally. So on this note, and listening to, yes, who all are going to contribute? So Sneha is there, Suchana is there, Benson is there, Nadeem is there. Who else? Rachita, Archita, Radha?
Yes.
Yes, from
Yes.
Archita. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes, thank you, Archita. Radha, Nirupma, from you, your end?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Nirupma. What about you? Thank you so much, Nirupma. So Benson, you also work with the Meul and see if he can contribute, then come together. And even you will find that 3 people worked and the document is complete, the other remaining 6 will come together, they can review it, and they can add some changes and all. And while you are creating a document, make sure you are going to take the note of it, whatever I am going to say just now. Make sure that in the Word document, under review menu, you have switched on the track changes option. Okay, under review menu in the Word document, you have switched on the track changes option. So it gives us the visibility that who has contributed what. All right. So this is about the business requirement document. And quickly to go through, let me see what we are left with, if anything. If not, then okay. So requirement management plan comes with the purpose of plan, responsibility assignment, tools which you are going to use. Tools could be anything like Jira you are going to use, Lucid chart you are going to use. Lucid chart, whatever the chart we have talked about today, that is also created in the Lucid chart. That is a tool, name of the tool. Like see, for everything there is a tool. For you and me to communicate, there is a tool which is called as Zoom. And inside Zoom, to tell you the information, we have another tool which we are using as a MS PowerPoint. Are you following? So every single tool is just helping some idea to get executed. And that's when the importance of tool comes in. And Then what is use case? So use case where broken down requirement is further designed and developed based on the scenario and situation. Okay, so here, say for example, if I'll give you one use case, there one use case can be how it is broken down. Say for example, one person can withdraw a money from one account, either you yourself, bank account holder, who else?
Cashier.
Yes, cashier. Who else? Can it be some nominee or other person?
Joint account holder.
Joint account holder. Yes, amazing, great answer. So here, just consider three scenario. One is as a single sole owner of account, I am able to withdraw an XYZ amount from the bank. Okay, that is one use case. Now the same user can withdraw the amount from the ATM machine as well. Okay, and the same person can also withdraw the amount from the branch company as well. Three scenario for one person. The another will apply with the cashier. Okay, for cashier it will be only one scenario, but for joint account holder, the first three scenario will also be applicable. So there are 3, 3, 6 plus 1, 7. 7 scenario we have, and every single scenario we will develop one use case. And in use case, who all are involved, we are going to talk, we are going to describe, and is there any precondition? Precondition means could be the person who is withdrawing the amount should have the bank account. That is precondition number 1. Second, the bank account should have the sufficient amount inside the bank or in his account which he can withdraw. And third precondition, it should not be touching the minimum threshold of the minimum balance maintenance. Okay, so these are the things. Alternative flows I have just now talked, so you can put that three scenarios into the alternative flows. First one is withdrawing from the bank, withdrawing from ATM, and withdrawing from some POS system. Sometimes people swipe their card in the POS and you can they can take money from the merchant. Even that is there. What do you expect at the end? And then is there any special requirement? Assumption could be like the one who had deposited the money lately cannot withdraw the amount. Okay, this could be hypothetical as well, but doable, usable, and implementable. You can make a note of it. Okay, inside any specific notes or issues, so that you just maintain over there. I've just now told that how user is told story is written. Okay, so who does what and what he wants to achieve and why he wants to achieve is how user story is mentioned. So Radha and Sneha, more details on user story, we will come back to study about it during the Scrum Master classes as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So here what you see, then requirement traceability metrics, even though you don't have to use it, but you can know about it and you can Google about it. Generally testers create it, but it comes for you to for review, so you should be knowing about it. So that is all about requirement traceability mark. I have mentioned about the FSD and FRD, and when that is the something part of BRD that you are going to create, and what all comes inside that you will find in the template. So generally it comes with the resources and all, but you will find easily in template. But system requirement document, if you are a tech lead or dev lead or technical architect, then you should be knowing how to create the system requirement document as well. Here more or less system information comes in, and this test case document is created by tester. Okay, where every case will have the identification number, in what scenario it gets triggered, any precondition, or what data they are trying to give inside. Prerna, do you want to add anything? Because I think I am done from my end, but still, If you want to add, you can. Otherwise, we will move to question answer if they have.
I have a question before, like in the previous slide.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please? Okay, no, not that. The next one.
This one, requirement
No,
traceability matrix,
yes,
BRD.
this one.
Okay.
So this one. So architect have to know about this, not the
not
business
this
analyst?
one. See, a functional requirement specification a document, or FRS or FSD, who needs to work upon this? When it comes to function, as business analyst. When it comes to system, it has to be technical person. Are you good with this now?
Yeah, yes.
System means technical team, function means BA team. Good?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay, cool. Any other question, guys? If you have any question, you can come up, you can ask. Otherwise, I would request Prerna to just, if you want to add something. My intention was to just add all the information very playfully.
I think we are good, Gaurav. We have a lot of information overload in a positive way. A lot of new things to understand. So I will recommend all to revisit this video, watch again, because there are many new things we have introduced and shared. So once you watch again, you will kind of retain that in your memory and you'll understand better. So yes, Gaurav, I think we are good for today.
One information for Sneha. Sneha, there is a very easy process here using we learn, and that is the importance of anchoring. The mind's habit is to find the things, even easy things. Sometimes it is habituated to make it complex. So for that, we do this practice, declaring and anchoring. We just give a clap or high five and just we say that it is going to be super duper easy, and your mind gets conditioned to accept and receive the data in easy manner, okay, without any effort. Okay, and that's the reason everyone is finding that whatever the information is getting consumed are really easy. So I would also request everyone, if you have joined for first day today, go ahead with the same style. Even if you are watching the video, declare that, and you will see the power, the powerfulness of it, the power of it, that you will be easily able to understand those things. So this is my request. And once you have learned it, then get into the drawing mode and really draw the pictures. It could be the pictorial representation of whatever you have learned, or just simple mind map you created in circle, something like Benson does in his notes. He prepared it very well. Only I have requested Benson that you need not to share the notes in the group.
Notes,
yeah. What you can do is that you can just show us in the recording and say, I'm going to explain this, and then explain it. It engages the listener. Sometime if a recruiter will listen, you are pre-selected in their mind, so you don't know what the impact you will bring on those viewers, and viewers could be anyone. And that's why we recommend this thing to you. When you learn, before that you declare, and when you are done with the learning, you draw, and those drawing you just summarize in a minute or two. So yes, so I'm going to request each one of you, because I was talking to you, Benson, what do you feel like saying about today's? So I know there is a lot of information, how it went processed inside your mind. How did you find it today? Yes, Benson.
It was great. I mean, we learned about the process flow. We learned about some diagrams. Yes, we have to go through it again. And we went through the testing flow and the V flow diagram. And I would say the V flow was what we have to actually look at with the business analyst point of view and work on it, I feel.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Benson, for sharing. You said that it was informative, and it's not V flow, it's a V model, we call it.
V model.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. So Benson, why don't you call out someone's name on the screen you see?
Archita,
what do you feel like saying? How did you find it today?
Yeah, today we need to learn lots of things and read lots of and watch videos. And today my word is work breakdown structure. And the second one is BRD template. Work on BRD template.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Archita. Call out someone's name on the screen, you see, please.
Sneha.
Sneha, I know this is your first day. How do you feel like saying?
Oh, it's like, I'm learning a lot of new things, um, and in a good way.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward, whatever you started from the like body of knowledge to the WBD and everything. I'm going to revise everything. I made notes also.
Yes.
One thing I want to ask how I'll make up for the previous classes which I missed.
Yeah, so you have not missed anything. This is ongoing class, but still, if you feel like that you have missed, you will get the opportunity to go through all the previous session from the previous batches itself. The beauty of every class is, every single day you are starting with the day one. Okay, so when the day one comes, then you are easily able to understand the things. So if you have understood the things, it is day one. And yes, ask me that, give me the previous recording, you will get a Excel sheet, a Google sheet. You need to request the access, and the moment you get the access, you will get all the previous recording inside it. Is that fine, Sneha?
Yeah, it's great. So
Okay.
should I ask for the access on that WhatsApp group we have?
Yeah, you can ask anywhere. Okay, so I want to access the uh, learn the recording, previous recording, and you will get that. Okay,
Okay, that
Sneha?
sounds very good. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
you're
Great
most
help.
welcome, Sneha. Sneha, call out someone's name on the screen, you see.
Okay. She's just beside me. Suchna.
Hey, Suchna. Yes. How do you feel like saying about today?
Yes, so today we learned lots of new things, and I'm so excited to do the BRD document.
Awesome. The moment you get excited, you are already on the verge of winning it. So yes, Suchna, call out someone's name on the screen.
Nadim.
Yeah,
Yes,
Nadim.
hi. Well, it's again, as always, very informative and with lots of information. And I believe I can see flowing from the theory to the practical how the work is done, and especially looking at the WS chart, and I can practically, literally see, visualize how the work would be divided and how responsibility would be shared. So it's very informative and something I believe would be fun to do.
Fantastic, Nadim. Nadim, call out someone's name on the screen, please.
Radha?
Radha, yes, Radha, what do you feel like saying? How did you find it today?
Yeah, today we learned a lot of information like working breakdown structures and the how to the as a BA we can prepare the BRD using the templates.
All right, Radha, thank you so much for sharing. Call out someone's name on the screen, you see, please.
Neetu or I mean, what's her name?
Nirupama.
Nirupama. I'm sorry, Nirupama.
Yes, Nirupama, what do you feel like saying?
Today's session, like everybody was saying, had a lot of information in it. I really definitely have to go and rewatch this video to make sure that I have all the details. But my takeaway is definitely the BRD template and knowing that there are a lot of processes and systematic approach to every detail that you have mentioned. So yeah, a lot of process and systematic approach. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nirupama, for sharing. Call out someone's name on the screen, you see.
Yeah, I think Gaurav, yes,
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Nirupma. So my word is that I love delivering today's session, and I'm glad that every one of you have received it in very well manner, have understood the importance of the processes and design, and the most important thing, the excitement of coming together and creating BRD, that has really moved me, and I'm looking forward to look at it. So over to you, Prerna.
Yes, thank you so much, Gaurav. And excellent summarization from all of you. Yes, today's session was superly power packed with many varieties of interesting things like WBS and flow charts and FSD, BRD. So yes, definitely. We really had a great session, and I love the way all of you have been interacting, and we could reach out to each other. So feel free to share your feedback. If you have any doubts, reach out to us. And as Gaurav was mentioning, please prepare small videos, you explaining about the session in a proper formal attire with good proper lighting. So those videos are like you offering to the world, offering to these all the HRs in the US, stating that yes, I am ready, I am getting prepared for this role, and where are you, get me or find me, like that. Okay, so I guess Benson, Mehul, Nadeem, and our Suchana, Arpita are already doing that. So I'll encourage Radha and Sneha from upcoming sessions. You can watch their earlier videos. So start making videos. It really gives you a lot of confidence, as well as your grip on the subject, on the topics also increases. You feel more comfortable with the concepts, and it's overall a great way to tell the world that yes, I am ready for the next opportunity that is coming in my way. So thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much for your dedication and participation. Over to you, Gaurav. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So yes, we are done. But before closing, I just want to reiterate, why do we ask you to summarize? One thing, this is the golden quadrant of learning. The second thing is this: when you see, you know. When you do, you remember. And when you teach, you experience. So these 1 minutes of video are nothing but, in a way, you teach, you deliver, so that you experience whatever you have said. And when you experience something, you remember for a longer run. And that's the core intent, that you experience the thing, so that with that experience, when you crack an interview and you will get pleasure, that brings the most pleasure to us. So thank you so much, everyone, and very, very good night.
Okay, I
And
have
this,
one question.
yes,
Gaurav,
Suchana. Yes, Suchana.
yes. So for our BRD document,
Mm-hmm.
so preparation of that. So how we will brainstorming, like how will we make a Zoom call to make everything to be done, or how it will be?
Let's ask Benson, our Scrum Master, who has
Okay, so we
volunteered.
can talk each other and we can form a group and everything,
Definitely,
right?
definitely,
Okay,
definitely.
okay,
So
that's all.
Benson
Okay,
is
thank you.
there, and Suchana, you are also there. So what you can do, you can come together through WhatsApp. You can form a WhatsApp group, or you can message. You can do a WhatsApp call. So coordinate with each other, and you will see. And I want you to experience that, how it goes easy for you. Okay, because
Okay.
the facilitation, when you yourself volunteer, and you will experience from start to end how it has evolved, you will really know that what all things you have done. And then we will.
Absolutely. And we also encourage you guys to have your own WhatsApp groups, where you can discuss, talk, because there are upcoming some projects we have in further sessions. So you talking to each other, discussing your ideas, sharing your knowledge would be an added advantage along with this trainings, right, Gaurav?
Yes, definitely. And if you want really, you can include us, but we just don't want to be. But if you really want, then we can be the spectator. In that group, no input will be given. But if you want really to, for approval purpose, you can just ask us to join as a spectator. That will be fine. But I want all of you to come together and start working on it. Yes, Neha, you want to say something?
Yeah, I have one request for Prerna, ma'am. Ma'am, you asked us to make a video. So if it's okay
Yes.
and fine with you, can you share some video example with us so that we get the idea what to
Yeah,
say and
yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
Sneha, recently a few things. I would request you only to you, please, if you can forward few last from Benson and Mike some video, and Suchana to the same group. That will be fine.
Yes. So what I will suggest, recent videos, I'll just share with you. I have some of them, so you can just check and let us know, right?
oh yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
So Prerna, if you can just forward it to Sneha as well as to me, that will be fine, because
Yes.
I have yesterday lost few videos.
yeah. Even I was also facing. I have some of them, but I'll just request all of you to share a latest one also, because I have some older ones which I kept for the reference. The latest one I do have. I'll check, Gaurav, if those are fine, or else we can ask them to share again.
Yeah.
Because I
So
also because of
so
that.
last video of Mike and
Mhm.
Benson, I just after giving the feedback, what I saw that Benson, it was lost from my mobile. So
Okay,
yes,
not an issue. Not an
I will
issue.
send it.
Guys, yeah,
I
will
will
you
send
please,
myself.
Benson, Mehul,
yes,
and Archita, Suchana, will you please share the videos, one, two videos, latest videos, but because you have improved a lot from your earlier videos, so that's why I'm asking the latest videos, and that we'll be sharing with Sneha
yeah,
on
yeah,
the group.
yeah.
So
Sure,
just
Okay.
sure.
we'll forward to the group. Just forward
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that group.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, that will do. That will do. Thank you.
that will
Yeah.
do.
Sure,
Yes,
we'll do that
Benson.
right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank
Because
you,
I have been
everyone.
studying you guys, the earlier videos and the current videos, the confidence shift, the way you deliver, the way you talk, it has really improved a lot. So I just wanted to highlight on those videos. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
right. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome.
And one thing
Thank
is
you.
that the new improvement is that you have done. Now you look into the camera lens of mobile and then you speak. So that have really pulled lot of engagement.
Yes, yes.
So you can
It is
continue
really,
to.
it is really good to watch also, that we know that they're confident, and you got a grip on it. Earlier it used to be more like reading and little that is absolutely fine. Everybody gets camera conscious at the start, but that is why we are encouraging you. So if you can talk in front of the camera, you can easily very well talk in front of the interviewers and with the panel. So that
You know,
is the
Prerna, I really liked one thing about Radha, being it's Radha's first,
Yes, I
video.
also was, actually, I was taken aback. It was a pleasant surprise, Radha. I mean,
I was
your
so scared
efforts.
when I started the video, but suddenly I
Uh-huh.
don't know how it disappeared my scare fear. I
Wow,
was so
wonderful.
scared
Absolutely. So
to
that
start.
that means you're a performer. That means you have what it takes already. See,
Yeah.
our motive to tell you this is simple, that you have to conquer your own fears. We are there to pump you up, to teach you, but then
But in the video,
the
whatever I
camera itself.
presented, there is no.
Yeah,
I forgot some topics, and
that's
That's
I
okay.
fine.
skipped.
That's
That's
fine.
okay.
Yeah, I
That's
skipped
absolutely
the
fine.
point. I skipped the points actually.
In fact,
See, you know it, we know it, but the other person might not know it. So as long as you're giving the proper details, you're telling the proper concepts, and you're confident, I think most of the game is done. I mean, you're already won the race, so don't worry about that. Please
and
keep making, and then look at your body language, how you talk, how comfortable you are, with a very calm tone, very
but
confidently,
Prerna,
nicely.
I
Yeah,
don't want them to watch their body language. They have to
uh-huh.
just look into the camera lens. That rest of all things taken care, because the more
Absolutely,
they
Gaurav.
will
But you
start
know what?
watching,
When I don't know,
make
that is
them
maybe
conscious.
gender specific or how, but even when we look at the camera, we tend to adjust ourselves, and that naturally comes, that is an unconscious or subconscious thing, and which they're anyways doing well. They're looking at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
camera, they're talking. So
Yes.
yeah, absolutely fine.
Only the thing, quick tip is that don't go away from the camera. Like
Right,
Radha,
right.
you were just referring to the notes, so you had to bend down to the notes. In fact, pull that note and show in the camera that, hey, this is what I'm going to tell you. Okay, that
Yes.
makes
Next
really
time I will
more
do that.
confidence. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So thank you so much, everyone. And Nirupma, expecting few summary from your end as well. I know you are catching up on the previous recording too. So that will makes you more visible as a business analyst or Scrum Master, whatever you are choosing to be. Yeah, Nirupma?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Awesome,
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
Thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
know it's
you.
been late, and good night to all of you. We'll talk to you
Good
soon.
night. See you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye. Good
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Welcome. Bye-bye, guys.